I'm doing something completely different. As you can probably tell, there's all kinds of things going on. There's all kinds of angles and cameras, and we're in a new studio. So I'm excited to be here kicking off this year with our first episode, our podcast episode being created in this way. And today I'm going to talk to you about how to shift into the energy of certainty. And it's funny that I'm talking about this today because right now I'm like trying to settle my own self into the certainty of doing this in this way. So you'll see me looking around trying to figure out which way is up. I'm also rocking my Wakanda Forever sweater, so I'm feeling very, very powerful in this moment. So I want to just dive in. As an entrepreneur, everything you do sends a message. The clothing you wear, the way you speak to a potential client, the language you use in a social media post or video, the language you use in an email, the pricing that you choose, it all sends a message. And you want this message to be, I'm confident in my abilities. You want this message to be, I charge top dollar for my work because I deliver incredible results. You want this message to be, work with me and you will be so glad that you did. That's the message you want to be sending. What you don't want the message to sound like or be is, I'm desperate for money. Please buy my stuff. Try me, please. You don't want the energy to come off as that. We don't want this energy of desperation. And when it comes to high-end clients, high-end services, high-end programs, this energy, this certainty that you have matters even more. There's a frequency that buyers, high-end buyers, people who invest at high levels of themselves, there's a frequency they are used to experiencing. There's a way that they're used to buying, and they know what that experience feels like, what it tastes like, what it looks like, what it smells like. And if you are exuding desperate energy, people can feel it. People can feel it. Nobody wants to be in that energy. It's like bug repellent spray. It's like it repels customers. It repels cash. It's not good for business. Back in the day, when I was in hardcore sales in the industry, we called that commission breath. You don't want commission breath, people. You don't want commission breath. And here's the deal. We all go through cycles and stages in our business. So maybe right now you might be going through a rough patch in your business. You might be going through a rough patch in your life. And you have felt your energy has fallen off. You know, we just kicked off the new year and everybody's gung-ho. And then you get 30 days in and you realize, oh my gosh, I'm not really on track for this big goal I set for myself. You set $1 million goal for yourself and you're like, I didn't make $100,000 this month. So your energy can kind of be siphoned with that. And so I want to talk about what you do to shift that energy from feeling a little off and wonky, because energy does matter, into certainty. What should you do? So the first thing that I'm going to tell you need to do is focus on your wins. So you're going to make a list of all the ways you're winning, not just in business, but in life. And so I'm going to give you some ideas of what that looks like, right? In life, it can just be like you woke up happy this morning. I'm excited about that. I took a walk. It can be all kinds of things. One of the things you can do in your business is think about the last 5 customers you had, the last 10 customers that you served. Make a list of all the wins that you helped them accomplish. You know, sometimes we think our wins have to be our own, that we made $1 million in business, or that we closed a $30,000 sale, or that we have 50 clients in a program. But sometimes it's the results we help others get that we can also hold on to because they did that. They created those results with us and because of the engagement with us or the connection with us. So make a list of all the exciting and valuable results that you've delivered to each one of those 5 to 10 people. If you're a health coach, did you help them manage their sleep and start getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep? If you are a health coach, did you help them to start exercising on a regular basis when they couldn't even get one exercise in a week? If you are a business coach or a copywriter, did you help them to create content that helped them to make $50,000 or more in their business? It can be anything that just led to sales. Whatever it is, you just want to look at what have you helped someone do and really just anchor that in. One of the things I love to look at is the ripple effect of who I'm being in this world. So the ripple effect of who I'm being in this world, it boils down to my clients. When they engage with me, they show up as their most powerful selves. And then that certainty calls in their ideal clients. And then they make changes in their lives. And then those clients make changes in the lives of their clients. And I know that is a result of the work that I do. It's a direct reflection of the work that I do in the world. So it's not just always about how I'm winning, but sometimes it's about the ripple effect of my showing up. So make a list of those clients and then focus on the wins. What are the wins? What are some incredible things that you provide to those people? How did you make their lives even better than before? How did you help their lives to improve? Then once you have that list, read it back to yourself on a regular basis. So I used to actually read this list to myself daily. I don't do it daily anymore, but anytime I feel like I'm in a slump, I will pull out my wins list, right? And I will start to look at all the notes that clients have sent me to say that I've changed their lives, all the ways in which I have impacted the lives of other people, and the results that I've helped clients to create. And it changes my stature and the way that I sit in my seat, the way that I hold my head up high, and it reminds me who the heck that I am. And so I want that for you. When you read it back, you can read it back every day to start. You can read it back when you're feeling a little bit down in the depths to remind yourself of who the heck that you are. And you just want to reinforce that. And you want to reinforce that you have skills that are not only highly valuable, but you have skills that are worth millions, and that what you do has an impact that you may not even see in your lifetime, but it matters. The second thing you want to do instead of just having a wins list is you want to add to that an upgrade of the thoughts that you have on a daily basis. So we want to upgrade the way that you think. Here's the thing. If you allow yourself to think negative thoughts, or what I like to call the thoughts of broke people, there's a way that broke people think and there's a way that wealthy people think. If you allow yourself to think the thoughts of broke people, what will happen is you'll end up getting what broke people get. That's just the bottom line. And we don't want that. We want you to be able to shift your energy in a way that allows you to call in everything that you desire. If wealth is what you're calling in, your thoughts are going to matter. We have 60,000 thoughts a day. Most of those thoughts are programmed to the negative. And so in order for us to shift those thoughts so that we are thinking more wealth building thoughts, the thoughts of wealthy people, we have to be intentional about it. We have to clean up the head trash that's automatically happening in our head. Here's what a broke thought sounds like. If you're thinking the thoughts of broke people, it can be something like, I'm not that good at that. Nobody's ever going to pay me that much for my services. It's just not realistic to even think that I can make $1 million this year. Those are the thoughts of broke people. Wealthy people know that everything is possible. And so what you want to do is switch and upgrade those thoughts to sound like, I'm the type of woman who closes $10,000 clients paid in full. I'm the type of woman who makes $1 million in a month. My dream clients are out there and they're already waiting for me to show up. So you just want to start thinking, what is it that you want as opposed to what you're fighting against? Today, I got a message from a client. It was really funny listening to her share her message with me. It was very positive, but at the end of the message, she said something like, I'm so ready to get out of this financial rut. And I caught it right away. And I said, I'm celebrating with you. And I shot her a message back, said, I'm celebrating with you. And I want to upgrade your languaging. Let's not focus on the financial rut that you're trying to get yourself out of, but instead, let's focus on what you're trying to create. And she said, thank you so much for catching that. It's small little sneaky ways that those broke people's thoughts slip into our language. And instead, let's just say, I'm so excited to create 6 figures in the next 90 days with you, as opposed to saying, I'm excited to get out of the financial rut. So it can be sneaky, but when you start to master this, it changes the game. The biggest thing that I want to tell you about this step is to be gracious with yourself. Be kind to yourself. We don't want you to beat yourself up. I don't want you to beat yourself up and go, I did it again. Just say, you know what? Catch the thought, pattern interrupt, and upgrade that thought into something new and simply course correct without giving yourself a hard time about it. The third thing that I want you to do is upgrade your environment, right? We're talking about shifting this energy into this high-level energy of certainty as opposed to uncertainty, fear, or any other thing that's going to have your energy calling in things that you don't want. And so we want to upgrade your environment. Everything in your environment sends a message to you, and it also sends a message to others. So look around. Are you surrounded by things that signal or show desperation, struggle, neglect, lack? Okay, here's the deal. I always tell my clients this, and I say this again and again. I'm like, if you look in your drawers and you have what we call in my communities, in the Black community, holy draws. If you have underwear with holes in them, throw them out. We don't want anything signaling lack. We don't want anything signaling desperation, right? We want to move those things out of our environment and upgrade them, right? So it can be anything as having underwear in your drawers or t-shirts that are tattered and torn. It could be having a rusty knob on a door or clutter on your desk or dust everywhere, a stack of papers that make you feel overwhelmed every time you look at it. It can be any of those things. So you want to remove those things out of your environment so that you can begin to upgrade the way that you're feeling, right? We want things to signal back to you that you are winning already. You need an environment. If you want to create $1 million, you need $1 million environment. If you want to create $1 million, I always tell people this, you need to feel like $1 million, right? Everything in your environment needs to signal ease, abundance, confidence, and even the smallest upgrades can make a difference. Even the glasses that you drink out of, right? You can drink out of a water bottle. I don't have my thing here, but I even have this. Instead of drinking out of a plastic water bottle, we have a little mug here. I have this incredible jeweled water bottle that I drink out of. Most of the time, I'll probably bring it for some of the other episodes that I do, but it makes me feel like $1 million. So I'm making sure everything around me is signaling to me that feeling that I want to have. The fourth thing that I would say is get rid of clients or don't take on clients who make you feel desperate. What happens when we say yes to clients just for the sake of making money is we end up with an issue and a problem. And the issue and the problem that we end up with is they make us feel desperate, right? So if you are desperate, you'll say yes to any client or customer who comes to you, even when they're not a good fit, even when they've disrespected you or that they are disrespecting you, when they complain a lot when they're in your programs, they might complain about your prices. There's so many things that they can do. And that's a big mistake to do. When you say yes to clients like this, you're only further reinforcing that energy of feeling like you're being in lack and desperation. Like, if I don't do this, then I won't have money, then I won't have clients. And we don't want to do anything out of desperation. We want to do it out of certainty. So don't do this. Be willing to say no to people and turn somebody away if they're not an ideal fit. Leave space on your schedule only for people who are a dream to work with and who fit a criteria. Raise the standard and only work with people who fit the criteria of what you want to work with. This is how an entrepreneur who is a badass business owner and who is a CEO who's operating in certainty, this is how they behave. The last thing that I would say, if you want to shift from feeling desperate and needy and feeling like you're in lack into this space of confidence, you want to upgrade the friends you hang around. I read a statistic that 90% of our success or failure in life is determined by the people in our social circle. You know, you've probably heard that quote that you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And I've found this to be true. If you are feeling desperate, it's likely time to upgrade your social circle and find some new friends. Surround yourself with people who are pursuing the same types of goals as you, exciting goals, goals that are stretching them, who refuse to let their excuses get in the way. Those who are making moves, those who are making the type of money that you want to make or more than you can even fathom. I remember for me investing in my first 6-figure mastermind, it was a little bit scary. But also what I realized is once I did it, I was surrounded by people who were not only making millions, but they were making millions in a month. And it definitely upgraded what I believe was possible for me. So then what happens is it changed the game for me. I then had my first $1 million month within a few months of saying yes to be surrounded by those type of people because they were anchoring in and showing me what was possible for myself. Even if they weren't saying it, just the essence of seeing it done again and again and again, month in and month out, let me know energetically that it was possible for me. It just changes the game. So if you don't have those kinds of friends in your life, you need a solution. You need a solution for that. And so here's one thing I want to share with you. I've actually created a community like that for you. It's called Your First Millions. And this community is all about being surrounded by people who are going after big goals. These are people who are trying to create their first million. Most of them have already created multiple 6 figures, and they want to be surrounded by other people as well who are doing it. And here's the deal. It's a community where you're not only just going to learn, but you're going to learn from someone, that someone would be me, who has already done what you're trying to do, an expert that's already created millions. And in fact, we have created over $4 million just in the last 4 years, over $5 million in the last 4 years in our business. We just were added to Inc. 5000's list of fastest growing companies in America. We're number 310 on that list with an 1,800%. It was like 1,856% growth rate in the last 3 years. And so I'll be inside of that group, pulling the wizard's curtain back, sharing the behind the scenes of my business and the strategies that we use to do it. How you get there is you just go to makingmillionshappen.com. If you go to makingmillionshappen.com, you can request to join the group, answer a couple of questions for us. If you passed our little test and you fit the bill of the type of person that we're saying we want in this environment, we will let you in and you'll have access to all of that. And to boot, you're going to get to build relationships with these types of people that I'm talking about, with other entrepreneurs who are in the trenches building their business, who are focused, who are driven, and who are determined to win. These are the people you want to roll with if you want to up-level your certainty, right? You'll be able to just rub shoulders with them. And then the next thing you know, you'll be doing or accomplishing things larger than you ever dreamed possible for yourself. So I want to wrap up by saying this. You can change energy rapidly. You can shift from feeling desperate, needy, unsuccessful to feeling that certainty and feeling as like you're a success in an instant. And it's amazing how just some simple upgrades, such as investing in, a new shirt, a haircut, getting a new client can get you excited about it. How doing something like making a new friend, one new friend, connecting with somebody who's just thinking and on a positive vibe can change your whole vibe. All it takes is a few tweaks, but you have to be intentional about it to shift your energy dramatically. So I want to recap what I shared with you today because I want to make sure that you got it because I talked about a lot. The first thing that you can do to shift your energy and assertiveness is to focus on your wins, not how you're losing, not how you're behind, not how you didn't hit your goal, but how are you winning? And the more you focus on your wins, the more reason you'll have the more you focus on celebrating your wins, the more reasons you'll have to celebrate. The other one is to upgrade your thoughts, right? We think over 60,000 thoughts a day. Most are programmed to the negative. Most are beholden to those negative thoughts. Those of us who are succeeding in life, we know how to take every thought under captivity, right? To caption every thought and to turn those thoughts into the thoughts we want to focus on. And so you want to be a master at doing that. The next one is to upgrade your environment. Your environment needs to reflect back to you who you desire to be in the world and what you are creating, not where you came from. And then the last one is the next one is don't take on clients who make you feel desperate. Don't take on clients just because they have the money to pay you. I turn away clients all the time. It's not just enough for you to have the money to invest with me, but are you the type of client that I desire to serve? And do I really believe truly that I can create the results that I desire to create or that you desire to have in your life and your business with you? The last and final one, upgrade your friends, boo. If you're surrounded around naysayers or you're surrounded by people who aren't trying to go or play at the level that you're trying to play, it's time to raise your game. And that means find a new circle of friends. And you can do that by hanging out with us. Just go to makingmillionshappen.com and you can join our Your First Millions community. Doing even just one of these action items will help you to feel a difference in how you are showing up. And it's going to be powerful and it can happen immediately. All right, guys. Well, cool hanging out with you today. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thank you so much for watching my show, my channel. Here's what I want you to do. If you really love what you've been listening to, I want you to subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. No, really, leave a comment, like right now. I'm not gonna stop talking until you leave a comment.